Good morning, students. Welcome back to C++ class. In the last class, I have explained what is a function, what are the uses of the function, how to declare a function, and how to create a function body, and how to call the function, how to pass parameters to a function. The complete theory about functions I have explained in the last class. Okay. Today's class, I will explain you the practical part, means how to programming part of a functions. Okay, one example program which illustrate functions, and whatever theory I have explained in the theory part. For all the theory part, here I will explain you the practical part. Okay, so in order to write a C++ program, we need an editor. So start, select editor. Here I am selecting an editor. I think it is not visible to you. Developer C++. Okay, so this is an editor. File, new, source file. Okay, so here we'll write the program. So where you will write the program, that place that is called as a editor. Now here I will write the C++ program which contains functions, right? So first you write a preprocessor command #include preprocessor command you write. After that you write a function prototype declaration you write like that, #include iostream. Next line you give the namespace using namespace std. Okay, so we are using classes from std library file. So before using that classes, here I am declaring namespace std. Once if you have declared whatever classes are available in that library file, you can use all those files in your program. Now here I am creating one function, int greater, greatest. What is the name of the function? Greatest. And here how many parameters I am giving is 2 parameters I am giving. Okay, int number 1 comma int number 2. So this is called as a function prototype. Next I am giving a main function, int main. Okay, so here this line is called as a function prototype. See, if it is a library function, compiler knows that that is a library function, you are getting that from a C++ software, no need to declare. But when you are creating a user defined function, it is a condition that you have to give the user defined function before the program execution. So that is why your program execution start from the main function. No? So before the main function, here I am declaring a user defined function. Now this is a main function. Next I am giving a braces. It is a function, so it should have a braces. Here I am giving a 2 values, int a equals to 10 example, comma b equals to 20. How many variables I have declared? 2 variables. A equals to 10, b equals to 20. Now I am calling a user defined function. Here I have one more variable I am declaring, comma c. Now c equals to, what is the user defined function? Greatest, no? greatest, greatest, and a comma b. Here what is a comma b? Whatever I have declared, no, that one. Next, after this, it is a function calling actually. It should end with the, every statement should end with the semicolon, no? So here I am giving the semicolon. Next I am printing that c over, right? So I have given the function, but where is the function body? Function body I have not given, right? So after closing the main part, I am giving the function body, right? This is a function body. Here what I am doing is int greatest, greatest, int a comma int b, right? Two variables, whatever you have given, that one. Now it is a function. Now it should have a parenthesis, sorry, it should have a brackets. It's a block of statements. Now here what I am doing is return written C, I'm calculating C equals to A plus B, or you can check if A is greater than B and like that. Next you give this return C, right? Example, this is your function code. We'll see this program is executed successfully or it is throwing any error or not. If it is executed successfully, I will explain execution, how your program will be executed. So here I am giving AA.cpp. You can give any name. Here I am giving this as a source file cpp only, and I am saving it. Now this is a file. Execute, compile. C was not declared in this scope. Okay, right. So here it is throwing an error. Why it is throwing an error is because I have not declared, no, direct without declaring I am using, so that is what it's throwing an error. So now I have given the data type, save it, go to execute, compile. No errors, 0. Errors 0. Right, here actually I have missed the data type, no, so that is why it thrown the error. Now execute, run. See, 30 it is displaying, right? So here actually for 30, how it will be executed, first I will explain. Next how you can achieve reusability by using a function, that I will explain. See, this is called as a function prototype. Okay, prototype means actually in C++, what is a function prototype is when you are creating a user defined function, you should inform the compiler what is the name of your function. Okay, so that it will allocate some space to your function and how many variables you are using. No, based on that it will allocate space to your function. In this, int is a return type. Return type means here from this function what type of result you are giving back. You are giving back integer result, because C is a integer, no? C is a integer. So what type of result you are giving back? Integer result you are giving back. So that is why here I have given return type as int. This is a return type. What type of value the function is giving back to the main function, that is a return type. Next here, what is the name of the function? Greatest. Here you can give any name. This is the greatest means here at the time of declaration also, definition also, you should give the greatest. This name should be same, even upper cases and lower cases should not change. Okay, because C++ is a case sensitive. If you have declared, if your function prototype is in a lower case, means how you have given a function prototype, you know, in the same way you should give the function definition also. It should not change. Now here these two are called as a parameters, arguments actually. What is the use of this? See here I have given greatest, right? This is called as a function calling. When the main function calls the user defined function, it will give the value, because function is only template. There is no value in the function. So whenever the main function calls the user defined function, at the time of calling it will supply the value. Okay, so it is calling a function and it is giving a value as 10, b value as a 20. So this a and b substituted here, n1 equals to a, n2 equals to b. So these are called as the actual parameters and these are called as a formal parameters, right? So when main function calls a user defined function, at the time of function calling only it will supply the value. Okay, so when the main function is supplying a value in the user defined function, we need a variable which receives a value. Okay, so here this n1 comma n2 are the variables which receives the value when main function calls it. Okay, so these two are values. Now here we are printing a C. Now this is only the declaration of user defined function. In C++, that declaration of user defined function is only called as function prototype. Now come to the main function, right? So what is the use of the main function? Your program execution starts from the main function. Okay, your program execution starts from a main function. In the main function, I have declared three variables, sorry. A equals to 10, B equals to 20 and C. Okay, actually what is the purpose of my program here? Calculating sum of two numbers. So when you are calculating sum of two numbers, that result should be stored in a one more variable, no? So for that purpose, I am taking a C. Now with this is called as actually variable declaration. Variable declaration. Now the next one is, it's a function calling. Function calling. So function calling means actually function is a template, function will be created, but when the function will be executed, when main function calls the user defined function, at that time only function will be executed. If you won't call the function, your function will not be executed. Okay, see example, if I have not written this statement, your function will not be executed. If I'll write this, then only the function will be executed. Here after this line, control comes to this line. Okay, now C equals to what? Greatest. A comma B. Here greatest is this function. So in order to store the C value, in order to calculate the C value, what we are doing is we are executing greatest function, and whatever result you are getting from that function, that result we are storing inside the C. Okay, so when control comes to this line, immediately the control jumps to this line, from this point to this point. Now right now control is here. What is the A value here? 10, because at the time of function calling only, using this line, this A equals to A, B equals to B. Okay, and you remember one point here, if you have given a two parameters, here also you should give 2. Okay, it should be same, it should not be less than, it should not be greater than. If you have given two values here, here also two arguments to receive value from that. Okay, so greatest A value I have passed it to this one, and B value I have passed it to this one. Now C equals to A plus B. Now here I am declaring one more variable C. C equals to A plus. What is A value? 10. What is the B value? 20. C is calculated, and after calculating C, that whatever C is there, no, that is giving back to this one, because here it is a return statement. Return statement, actually why we use the return statement? Return statement is used to return back some result to the main function. So here main function is calling a user defined function. So when it is calling a user defined function, it receives some value. So that value is stored in a C, and we are printing a C. Okay, so this is the actual procedure when you are creating a user defined function. Then you may get a question that this directly we can write C equals to A plus B. Why we are creating a functions, right? See, when you are creating a function, actually here I have forgot to write this. This is a function. This is a function definition, because your theory should match with this. It is a function definition. It's nothing but it is also called as a function body, right? So you will get that out. Without function also we can write the same code, but why we are using a function and where is the reusability here, you may get that question, right? So when you want to use the same function, example, if you are calculating a sum of two numbers with a different values, then you can use the same code. You can execute the same function with the different values. See here. So same function you can call number of time by passing up different values. So every time if you want to pass new values to a same function, then here you don't initialize this variable. If you initialize, value will be fixed. So you don't initialize the value. Now here just we are variable we are declaring. Next that variable value will take at runtime from a user like this. Cout, enter a value. The user will give the value. Next, whatever value the user give, that should be stored in a. See in A. Now cout, enter B value, semicolon. Next, C in B. Now A value, B value ready, and that values will take from a user at runtime. Now you save this, go to execute, compile. We'll see is there any error in the program. No errors. If there is no error in the program, go to execute, run. So here it is giving a prompt to enter a value. Example, I am giving a 40. Enter. Again it is giving a prompt to enter B value. Here I am giving a 50. Enter. So it is giving a 90. Right. So here how this program will be executed is, here first this is the variable declaration, it will declare the variable. Next it will give the prompt enter a value. So after this prompt, when the user gives the value, that value is stored in a. Now enter B value. Next after this prompt, the user will give the value that is stored in B. Now with that value, this function will be called. This is a one method. Next after this, again I am calling same function, greatest. Here instead of fixing the values and instead of giving only one value, I am giving a different values, 50 to 50, 20 and semicolon. We'll see. I will execute C program once again. No errors. Execute. Run. So you can see the prompt here. A value 20, B value 30. This you will get 50. Okay. Next after this function is there, no? So in order to store this line is not executing. So in order to store that function result, here I am using one more variable D. Save it. Now come to this line. D equals to, now cout D semicolon. Save it. Execute. Compile. Now execute. Run. See here I am giving A value 10, B value 30, 40 you are getting and 70 you are getting. Okay, this 40 is nothing but here whatever A value, B value I have given, no? That result 40 you are getting, and this 70 is nothing but here 50 and 20 you have given, no? 70. Again, so with the different values you can call the same function once again. See here I am removing this code. Here C equals to greatest 10 comma 40. Now we are printing that C. Again D is there. Next one more variable I am declaring, A. Again E equals to same function we are executing, greatest 20 comma 40, right, semicolon. Now I am printing that C out E, semicolon. Save it. So same function I am executing. How many times I am executing same function? 3 times. First time, second time, third time. Okay, every time I am giving a different values. Save it. Come to execute, compile. No errors. Execute, run. See, you can see here 41, 70. I will give the endl character so that you will get a endl. Endl. Save it. Now execute, compile, no errors, execute, run. See, first time when you execute the function you got 41, second time when you execute the function you got 70, and the third time when you execute the function you got 60. Okay, so here come to the execution. First here how many variables I have initialized? 5 variables here. Actually no need of this A and B. Okay, now C equals to greatest. C equals to greatest 1 comma 40. So when compiler comes to this line, immediately the control jumps from this line to this line. What is A value? 1. B value? 40. Okay, and this C will be calculated and the result is stored in a C, and that is printed. After printing, what is the next line? D equals to greatest. So again compiler comes to the greatest. What is the A value? 50, and what is the B value? 20. Again it will calculate C equals to A plus B. Now after printing a D, again E equals to greatest 20 comma 40. A value is 20, B value is 40. C is calculated, again that is written back. So every time you can call the C function by passing a different value. So this is a reusability you'll get from using a function. See, when this function is executed, this line is executed. First, what is the A value? A value 1 and 40. So 1 and 40 is stored in the memory. So after printing this C, when control comes to this return C, whatever values you stored in A and B, that will be erased. Okay. Again, when control comes to this line, no, in A 50 will be stored, in B 20 will be stored, and C is calculated. And when the C value is written back to this D, again this 50 and 20 will be erased from the memory. Next, after printing a D, when control comes to this line, again 20 and 40. A value is a 20, B value is a 40. C is calculated and that result is given back to C. So when the result is given back to C, so this A and B will be what will be released. Means whatever memory is given to that A and B, that will be released. Okay, this is a reusability. So here we can say that function is only the template. When you define the function, there is no value. So when function will get the value? When the function is called, at that time function will get the value. Okay, when the function is calling here, from the main function we are calling a user defined function. So when you are calling a user defined function, at the time of calling only, the main function is giving a value to the user defined function. So here one point you need to remember is how many number of values you are passing and how many arguments are there in the user defined function, that should be same. Okay, and in the same order values will be stored in a user defined function. Every time when you call the function, whatever previous values are there, that will be erased. It means once the function execution is over, whatever values you stored in arguments, in a formal parameters, that values will be erased from the memory. So every time when you call the new function, every time you can give the new values. Okay, so in that way, using a function, you can achieve the reusability. Okay, so this is a practical part of function. So in the theory, I have explained the three things. One is a function prototype. Means when you are creating a user-defined function, you should give the name of the user-defined function. It is a first point, and it should be before the main function. Okay, before starting your programming execution, whatever user-defined function is there, no, that function name you should inform the compiler. So that is why before the main function, you should give the function name, user-defined function name. Next, the second one is the function body. So as already explained, function is a block of statement, and function is written to perform some specific task. Here I have written function to calculate sum of two numbers. That is the purpose of the function. So when you are creating a function, when you are writing whatever you want from the function, that is nothing but the function body. The total from this line to this line is called as a function definition. What you are expecting from a function, what you want from a function, that is nothing but the function definition. And always you try to remember one point: function definition is only the template. There is no values. When that template will get the value, when the main function calls a user-defined function, at that time only it gets the value. Okay, and next one is the very important point is function calling. So here it is a function calling. Function calling. What is a function calling actually? When main function want to execute the user-defined function, it should pass the value. Okay, so main function when call the user-defined function, at that time only the function will be executed. So if you won't call the function will not be executed. So it is a condition that when you have created a user-defined function, that function should be called from the main function, and at the time of calling only the main function should supply values to the user-defined function. Why? Because user-defined function is only the template. There is no values in that. When user-defined function will get the value when the main function calls the user-defined function, at that time only the user-defined function will get the value. So it is a condition that when the main function is calling a user-defined function, at that time only it should pass the value. So that is why here c equals to greatest. This is a user-defined function. At the time of calling only I have given the values. So this is called as a function callings. So function calling. So when you are creating a user-defined function, three things you need to remember. One is a function prototype, the second one is a function calling, and the third one is a function definition. Okay, in every three components you will get a return type, name of the function, and what parameters you are using. Okay, so this is a user-defined function, and when user-defined function is executed, when the main function calls a user-defined function, at that time only the user-defined function will be executed. So this is about user-defined function. Thank you.